1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star general. 5-star general. Go hard, grind hard, born hard, bred hard. 5-star general. 5-star general.
Yizzo, what's happening? Solo, the 5-star general here. And today we talking about Dame and Funkmaster Flex, man. These two been going at it for so long, they need to just box it out, man. Like, we'll pay for everything, man. 5-star generals will line it all up. All y'all gotta do is get in there and fight, man. Send them messages, let them know we pay for all that shit, man. But yeah, and I'm serious. But so anyway, all this shit started when Nick Cannon and Dame Dash sat down after seeing Surviving R.Kelly, and they were discussing R.Kelly's situation as it relates to Jay-Z. Now, Dame said he didn't fuck with the fact that Jay fucked with that diaper sniper after knowing R.Kelly's past with Aaliyah, who at the time of her death was engaged to marry Dame. Now, looking back, this was probably a major reason for the breakup of the Roc. Now, this was then alleged by Choke No Joke, who has had a beef with Dame ever since he let Dame get jumped on in France, which was another story. But let me explain who Choke No Joke is. If y'all don't know, if y'all ever seen the video of Dame going into Def Jam and snapping because they didn't let him know that a meeting was taking place with Jay-Z, who was his artist. If you ever seen that video, that was filmed by Choke No Joke. And that was his videographer. I don't know, the specifics of the situation, but he was filming a lot of stuff for the Roc back then. And he actually, I don't know if he was the one who put that out on YouTube, but that's who that was. So they've had a beef ever since then. And, depending on who you believe or who you're listening to, they had a falling out for whatever reason. And so that's who he is, kind of. But so Choke alleged that Dame was trying to steal Beyonce from Jay, and that he was such a creep that he wasn't even allowed in Roc-A-Fella when Beyonce was around. He wasn't allowed in the building when Beyonce was there because he was trying to get with her or whatever. Now, I don't know, none of us, people, majority of people wasn't there, so nobody knows what really happened. It's just this guy saying it. That would have to come from other people, but, it is what it is. So then, you got Nas also making statements. Okay, this is a following. This statement was made by Funkmaster Flex, who has been going at it with Dame for so long. He put under the video of Nick Cannon and Dame Dash where they were talking about this whole situation. He put Dame was touching Jay-Z's chick, leading to the breakup of the Roc. And so all this shit has been feuding and heating up, and Dame has just been, sitting back, and he hasn't really gotten too hostile. But after Flex started mentioning his family, it kind of went a different route. But so during the interview, they began to discuss Foxy and Jay-Z's relationship, because Foxy was underage at the time when they came out with Ain't No Nigga. Now, it was definitely suspect as a motherfucker. I ain't even gonna say, look, when that came out, Foxy was 15 years old. That was their first big record. And if you remember the line in Nas's song where it says, Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her puss. What you think you getting girls now because of your looks? Negro, please. So, if this was known, then you a sucker for letting it go on. You a sucker for just standing by and not saying something. So you could have at least smacked him up and exposed him for the shit. Like, I don't get how people just stand by and just allow this shit to go on. Like, all this shit with R.Kelly. R.Kelly been doing this shit for so long. And people, I'm sure people have seen it. I mean, you even got Nas. He's mentioning it in another interview, which is kind of hypocritical, because if you seen it too, you obviously didn't do nothing. But all right, this is what Nas said when he was talking about Jay. All right, he said, I don't put out no movie. This was on the old Wendy Williams interview. He said, I don't put out no movies. That's not my style. He was talking about how Jay made that Prodigy, in a Tutu video at the Summer Jam in 2001. Okay, so he said, I could have shown the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about, made fun of it, and shown Jay hanging out. When Jay and them was in there doing Best of Both Worlds, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You're going to sit there and tell me that working on that album, he ain't never seen no 14-year-old girl come in the vicinity. You've seen it go down. This is Nas saying this still. I've been around R. Kelly. I've been on tour with him. I didn't see no 14-year-old, but I talked to the man and I seen there's a little problem with him. But if I sit here and did an album about women with him, I'm definitely maybe indulging in, he had to be indulging in some 14-year-olds. This was him verbatim. That's what he said. And that's how he said it at the end too. He said, but if I sit here and did an album about women with him, I'm definitely maybe indulging in, and then trails off. And then he says he had to be indulging in some 14-year-olds. And that he's referring to Jay. So, this was an old interview. It happened back in the day, but like you're saying that Jay was fucking with underage girls. That's a fucking big allegation. But then if you're talking about the whole Foxy situation, then it's kind of like, all right, well, there was proof in the past because you did it before. And, those are allegations where you never fucking want to, put that on a man, because like that's some shit where you go to the next level about. But if you're indulging in that kind of shit, then fuck you anyway. Like, I don't got no love for anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't get no pass because, you know what I mean? Never that. Like, you fucking with babies and underage girls and all that shit. And even if they like, they wanted it and all that shit, get the fuck out of here. No little girl can tell you what she wants when you're a grown man. Anyway, yeah, so Dame snapped after that whole shit with Funkmaster Flex. And so, back to Dame. After Flex comment about his failed marriage to Rachel Roy, an ex-intern at Roc-A-Fella and now fashion designer, and also some say that she's the so-called Becky with the good hair in Beyonce's song. But Dame said that he was a non-factor among bosses. And under videos of Dame and his daughter doing a speaking engagement about the effects of success, he said, a real man knows never to mess with a man's family to prove a point. It's in poor taste and out of line, and only desperate coward will go that far. So, I think what Dame wants is to, go to the big dogs and dig in their pockets. I mean, I'm no lawyer, but if that's what he means when he says, he tells Hot 97 to bench Flex or pay the price. I mean, I don't think he got a case. Like I said, I'm no lawyer, but I think he should just sock that fat motherfucker one time. No, I mean, I'll just be joking, but I mean, certain shit, man, like he's right. Like you can't do certain shit and get away with it. You start talking about a man's family. Dame said in an interview with Kenyatta Griggs, there are certain lines you just don't cross. The one thing that would get a man out of his pocket is when you mess with his children. So you have to think, damn, he want to hurt my child just to get me out of pocket. I think people should tread lightly and be very careful, because if someone does get out of pocket, that's what's going to happen. Because I'm not losing at nothing, especially when it comes to her. And I feel that. Like, that's, listen, when it comes to my daughter, it don't matter who, what, when, if anybody puts a hand on my daughter, touch, like, listen, and I think that's any man. That's not tough guy shit. That's father shit. Like, if you're a father and you have that love for your daughter, like, you're not gonna let nothing happen to him. And if somebody dares to do anything to him, then you're gonna handle that. Whether it's in front of a police station, like I just seen a video the other day. The guy, he was a karate instructor. He was molesting the guy's son. The guy waited for him at the phone booth while he was coming through, being extradited through the airport. And he acted like he was on the payphone. And as soon as the guy came close, he spun around and blew his fucking head off. And that guy's my fucking hero, because I'm feeling people need to protect their kids, man. Like, you let people get away with this shit. That's why they think it's so sweet. So many kids being violated. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this shit. Y'all think Jay's a fucking diaper sniper? Y'all think R.Kelly is... Well, we all know R.Kelly's a fucking creep. But so you think Dame and Funkmaster Flex should box it out or what? Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and remember to support 5stargenerals.myshopify.com. Peace and blessings. 1
star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star general, 5 star general. Go hard, grind hard, born hard, bred hard. 5 star general, 5 star general.
War ain't about who's right. Sometimes it's about who's left.